we will start the program in 1 or 2 minutes, and I would request all the participants here, faculty members, students, to switch off their mics. Please ensure that throughout the program your mic is not on so that we can have the conversations in a very smooth way. So we have the guest here. Kiran ma'am, we can start.
थैंक यू नेहा। आज हम स्वागत करते हैं बहुत बहुत नाजिया मैम आपका। आज हम लोग जिस मुद्दे को लेकर यहाँ विमर्श करेंगे, विचार विमर्श करेंगे, नाजिया मैम हमें बताएंगे जिस मुद्दे को लेकर, वह है फेमिनिज्म यानी नारीवाद। इसे हम कई नामों से पुकारते हैं, स्त्री विमर्श कहते हैं, नारीवाद कहते हैं, यानी स्त्रियों को लेकर जो हम चर्चा करते हैं। और ये बहुत आज के डेट में ये बहुत ज्यादा, मतलब क्या कहेंगे, इस प्रासंगिक है, बहुत ज्यादा इस पर चर्चाएं हो रही हैं, बहुत ज्यादा सेमिनार्स हो रहे हैं, वेबिनार हो रहे हैं। तो ये एक्चुअली स्त्री विमर्श जो है वो बहस का मुद्दा नहीं हो कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि जागृति का मुद्दा है। जैसा हम लोगों ने सुना भी है, पहले भी नाजिया मैम को हमारे जितने बच्चे जुड़े हुए हैं उन्होंने वीडियो के माध्यम से देखा होगा कि कैसे वो बता रही हैं कि ये जागृति का मुद्दा है। क्योंकि ज्यादातर लोग जो हैं वो स्त्री विमर्श को पूरी तरह समझ नहीं पाते हैं कि ये है क्या, यानी उनकी धारणाएं जो हैं वो अधूरी हैं और आधी अधूरी बातें समझकर वो आगे बढ़ते हैं। लेकिन हमें चाहिए क्या कि इसे हम विस्तार से समझें, क्योंकि इसे हम पुरुषों के बरक्स ना देखें। जो नारीवाद है, जो फेमिनिज्म है, इसे हम पुरुषों के बरक्स ना देखें, क्योंकि वो भी हमारे जो है वो दुश्मन नहीं है। यह मुद्दा एक्चुअली बहुत नाजुक और गंभीर मुद्दा है, जिस पर आज हमारी जो नाजिया मैम है, जो हमारे गेस्ट स्पीकर हैं, वो चर्चा करेंगी। क्योंकि यह कोई विचारधारा नहीं है और न ही पश्चिम से हम कहते हैं कि ये पश्चिम से आयातित है, यानी पश्चिम से हमने इसे उधार लिया है, वो संस्कार है। तो ऐसा कुछ नहीं है। इस बदलते हुए समय में हमें बदलती हुई दृष्टि से देखने की आवश्यकता है, ताकि हम जो ये परंपराएं हैं जिनसे हम जकड़े हुए हैं उससे मुक्त हो सके। और मुक्ति का तात्पर्य भी यहाँ ये नहीं है कि हम अपनी संस्कृति को ही भूल जाएं। तो एक संतुलन, एक आधुनिक सोच, एक लचीलापन हमारे मन में होना चाहिए इस फेमिनिज्म को लेकर, एक नारीवाद को लेकर। तो मैं सभी बच्चों को जो जुड़े हुए हैं हमारे साथ और हमारी जितनी भी शिक्षिकाएं जुड़ी हुई हैं, मैं बस इतना ही बताना चाहूंगी कि नाजिया मैम इस विषय पर, इस टॉपिक पे बहुत विस्तार से चर्चा करूंगी। इससे पहले कि मैं नाजिया मैम को बुलाऊं, मैं नेहा कौर मैम को बोलती हूँ, वो उन्हें आग्रह करती हूँ उनसे कि वो नाजिया मैम को इंट्रोड्यूस करें हमारे बच्चों के साथ, हमारी शिक्षिकाओं के साथ, ताकि बच्चे बेहतर ढंग से उन्हें सुन और समझ सके। नेहा कौर मैम।
Thank you, Kiran ma'am. It is my pleasure to have with us today Miss Nazia Naseem, the first crorepati of KBC season 12, as we already know. She'll be sharing her thoughts on feminism and break stereotypes around the topic. But before we invite her to speak, I would take this opportunity to briefly introduce her to you. Ms. Nazia Naseem is currently working with Royal Enfield in Gurugram. She's a senior communications and engagement advisor with more than 15 years of experience in communications and engagement. Now, her passion is to assist in formulating and delivering integrated communications, stakeholder and community engagement strategies to protect and enhance the brand value, both internal and external. As a professional, she has an in-depth understanding of employee communications with expertise in change management communications. Born and raised in Ranchi, Ms. Nazia Naseem completed her graduation degree in zoology from St. Xavier's College with her schooling from DAV Shamli. She went to Indian Institute of Mass Communications, New Delhi to get her PG diploma in advertising and public relations. A mother to an 11-year-old son, Ms. Nazia Naseem is a staunch feminist and believes in creating an ecosystem that creates and supports more women allies. She is a strong supporter and advocate of women's rights and gender equality. So without wasting time, let us have Ms. Nazia Naseem and let us hear her live. Nazia ma'am, I would request you to take it up from here.
Thank you, Neha. Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible to all of you. Thank you, Neha. Thank you, Kiran ma'am, for inviting me and giving me this incredible opportunity to come and talk to so many women. But before we start and before we get into this discussion, and I've actually taken down some notes so that we make the most of this time and touch upon the topics that really need my attention. But I see a lot of women, who have switched off their cameras. So I would request everybody, please switch on your cameras because this is going to be an interactive discussion, and it is always, my pleasure to meet so many wonderful women and so many students whom I can see live. So I think the first step of feminism is confidence. So next time you're in a Zoom meeting, please switch on your cameras and let the world see your beautiful faces brimming with confidence. So that's the first step of being a feminist, not shying away, taking the bold steps, leading. And I'm sure in your, college, and obviously it's a women's college, and there are many other inspiring teachers that you meet day to day who are living and walking examples of success and inspiration in so many ways. So with that, of course मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी opportunity है to come and talk to all of you. और जब नेहा ने मुझे बोला तो ये मेरे लिए बहुत बहुत इज्जत की बात थी. एंड अगर आप नहीं जानते हैं तो नेहा also happens to be my sister-in-law, and I'm very very close to her, so there is hardly a time when I can say no to her. She in many ways is an inspiration for me, the kind of work she's been doing in her space. And she's a celebrity in herself. So obviously I couldn't have said no. But coming back to today's topic, don't mind, me referring to some of the notes that I've created, because एक घंटे का time है, and I'm sure Neha will take some time for Q&A as well. So whatever is your question, please, raise your hand, and the moderator can help you align with me. Let's talk about feminism. मैंने बहुत जब KBC हुआ तब ये मेरा बहुत मेरी स्टोरी लाइन थी वो फेमिनिज्म वाली कि फेमिनिज्म क्या होता है. जैसे किरण मैम ने बोला कि फेमिनिज्म जो है वो ऑब्वियसली इक्वालिटी के लिए लड़ता है, इक्वालिटी किसी भी जेंडर के लिए, बट क्योंकि औरतों के साथ बहुत ज़मानों से एक लेवल प्लेइंग फील्ड नहीं है, हम ओप्रेस्ड रहे हैं. और जो हिस्टोरिकल डेटा कहता है उससे ये हम जानते हैं कि औरतें एक वीकर जेंडर की तरह ट्रीट की जाती हैं. तो जैसे किरण मैम ने शुरू में कहा कि फेमिनिज्म इज़ नॉट एंटी मैन. Like, if you watch my show, I've always said ki feminism is not anti-men. A man can also be a feminist. It is not gender specific, it is gender agnostic, right? So abhi आज जो हम बात करेंगे उसमें basically we'll see कि कैसे feminism has become the new F word. Like, it's become like a gali, for the lack of a better word, if I might say. What does it really mean? We can say feminism, it is a belief in the social, political and economic equality of the sexes. Feminism की जो basic definition है वो कहीं से भी ये नहीं कहती कि ये सिर्फ औरतों के लिए है, लेकिन हम मानते हैं क्योंकि औरतों को एक weaker gender का दर्जा या second class citizen का दर्जा दिया जाता है society में, तो हम feminism को एक, जैसे मैम ने कहा, नारीवाद, एक बहुत ही strong word है नारीवाद, and I'm sure this is the best translation that we can give to feminism. So बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो आपको मिलेंगे और कहेंगे वो जेंडर इक्वालिटी में बिलीव करते हैं, बट वो फेमिनिस्ट नहीं कहते अपने आप को. बट ये पैराडॉक्स क्यों है? और इसका डेफिनेशन मुझे बहुत it is very disturbing to me at too many levels. They'll say, we are all for women rights, we're all for empowerment, we're all for gender equality, but you know what, I'm not a feminist. And that amazes me in so many ways कि क्यों फेमिनिस्ट कहने से हम अपने आप को कतराते हैं. क्योंकि आज के संदर्भ में जो ये वर्ड के साथ इतने सारे स्टीरियोटाइप्स, इतने सारे टैबूज जुड़ गए हैं कि हमें लगता है कि फेमिनिस्ट जो होती है, फेमिनिस्ट को बहुत चीज़ें कही जाती हैं, झांसी की रानी, लाइक वेरी लड़ाकू और बहुत तेज तर्रार, उस तरह की चीज़ें होती हैं, जो कि ऐसा बिल्कुल भी नहीं है. We've always believed that, obviously feminism जो है वो औरतों के अधिकार के लिए लड़ता है, औरतों के हक की बात करता है, क्योंकि हमें औरतों को एक उस स्तर पे लेके आना है जहां वो मर्दों के साथ कदम से कदम मिला के चल सकें. अभी भी चल रही हैं, ऐसा नहीं है कि नहीं चल रही हैं, बट वो परसेंटेज बहुत मिनिस्क्यूल है. और कई तरीके से हमें दबाने की कोशिश की जाती है. कैजुअल सेक्सिज्म जो होता है, जिसके बारे में हम बात करेंगे, आपको एहसास भी नहीं होगा कि आपके साथ कैजुअल सेक्सिज्म हो गया है. तो आज हम उन टॉपिक्स के ऊपर चर्चा करेंगे. एंड आई विल जस्ट गो बैक टू माय नोट्स. बहुत बार ये कहा जाता है, what does feminism actually means? What do you think it means, right? बहुत लोग कहते हैं feminism जो है, it corrupts the minds of young people. ज़्यादा अगर आप उसको आज़ादी दे दोगे तो उसका दिमाग ख़राब हो जाएगा। वो इट मीन्स गिविंग women more power than दे शुड हैव, कि औरतों को ज़रूरत से ज़्यादा अगर आपने अधिकार दे दिए, हक दे दिए, तो उनका दिमाग जो है करप्ट हो जाता है, राइट। किरण मैम ने शुरू में एक बात बोली कि इसका मतलब ये भी नहीं है कि हम अपनी संस्कृति को छोड़ दें, राइट। तो ये भी एक टैबू है, ये भी एक स्टीरियोटाइप है कि हम सोचते हैं कि अगर हम फेमिनिस्ट बने तो हम अपने संस्कार खो देंगे, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं होता है। या आगे जब हम बात करेंगे तो हम देखेंगे कि कैसे एक फेमिनिज्म और फेमिनाइन में दो डिफरेंसेस हैं। अगर आप फेमिनाइन हैं, अगर आप हाई हील्स पहनती हैं, अगर आप मेकअप करती हैं, तो भी आप फेमिनिस्ट बन सकती हैं। फेमिनिस्ट का मतलब नहीं है अ वुमन हु लुक्स लाइक अ मैन, or somebody who is a tomboy or short hair or hairy, or somebody who doesn't go to a parlor. ये भी एक टैबू है, दैट जो ज्यादा लड़कों की तरह दिखती है या टॉम बॉय है और तेज तर्रार है, झगड़ालू है, वो फेमिनिस्ट है। नहीं, अ फेमिनिस्ट कैन बी अ वेरी वेरी फेमिनाइन वुमन एज वेल। अ फेमिनाइन वुमन हु गोज टू weddings all dragged up wearing stilettos can also be a feminist. So feminism को लेके बहुत सारे मिथ्स हैं, बहुत सारे टैबूज हैं, और जब हम Q&A में पहुंचेंगे तो मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप भी अपनी एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर करें कि आपके साथ किस तरह की चीजें हैं जिनसे आपको सीखने को मिला है फेमिनिज्म के बारे में। तो जो हमने अभी बात की, दिस इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज रॉन्ग विथ मेजर आर्ग्यूमेंट्स अबाउट फेमिनिज्म। बहुत सारे लोग जो फेमिनिज्म के अगेंस्ट होते हैं उनको पता ही नहीं है कि फेमिनिज्म होता क्या है। और बहुत बारी अगर आपने मेरा शो देखा है तो उसमें भी मैंने ये कहा है कि फेमिनिस्ट एक इंसान भी हो सकता है, और मिस्टर बच्चन ने कहा कि हाँ, फेमिनिस्ट एक मर्द भी हो सकता है। अगर हम कॉन्शियसली सोचेंगे तब हमें इस बात का एहसास होता है, right? So feminism, plain and simple, is about equality. Most people cannot accept that because they're accustomed to the way things are right now. See, change is unsettling, right? अगर आप आज इस प्रोग्राम के बाद अपने घर जाके you want to change everything, the way your household is managed, and if your mother is cooking food at home and some of the men are not helping in the family, you cannot change that. आज 1 घंटे के बाद आप घर जाके ये नहीं बोल सकते that my mom's not going to cook, my father is going to do the dishes, and my brother is going to do jhadu pocha. All that is not going to change in one day, right? But yes, it is a long journey. First we need to acknowledge, हमें एहसास ही नहीं होता है कि हम सदियों से, बरसों से जो अपने घर में देखते आ रहे हैं, and I think it starts with the family. एक सेट पैटर्न होता है हर किसी के घर का, हर किसी के द सोसाइटी जिसमें आप रहते हैं। तो पहले तो हमें चेंज को एक्नॉलेज करना पड़ेगा कि हाँ, फेमिनिज्म इज अबाउट इक्वालिटी. व्हाट आर वी स्ट्राइविंग फॉर? You are going to college. This is only possible because of the women who have come before you, because of the women who wanted to get educated, not only for themselves but actually clear the way. So फेमिनिज्म को नकार देना बहुत आसान है, कह देना बहुत आसान है कि फेमिनिज्म जो है वो झगड़ालू औरतों का क्रूसेड है, राइट? लेकिन आप अगर ध्यान से सोचेंगे तो आज आपके पास जो राइट्स हैं, जो अधिकार आपके पास हैं, it is the hard work and labor of all the women who have come before you. If you have female principals, if you have female professors, if you have female guides and mentors, it is the work of women who have been staunch feminists, जिन्होंने ये सोचा कि हम कुछ ऐसा करेंगे जो हिस्टोरिकली मेन करते आए थे या मर्द करते आए थे, और हमें भी अपनी राह उसमें बनानी है. आई गिव यू अ स्मॉल एग्जाम्पल. पहले मैराथन रेसेस जो होते थे उसमें औरतें अलाउड नहीं थी. And I don't recollect the name of the women, but she said that I will run a race, I will run a marathon which is 41.2 kilometers long, and she disguised herself as a man. And while she was running, somebody figured out that she was a woman, and she was manhandled, she was lynched during the race to disqualify her, that she was, small things like a race daurna bhi. But she said that I will take that step. I will have the courage to pave the way for so many people. So if you are running a marathon today, if you're running a 10K race today, it is possible because of that one woman. So the next time अगर आप फेमिनिज्म को नकारते हो और कहते हो कि फेमिनिज्म जो है वो एंटी मेन है, तो think again, sit down, take a pause, think कि आपने क्या कहा है. And you're actually negating the effort of so many women and so many men who have fought for rights for women and try to make the world a very very equal place, right? Equal and equitable for both. सो दैट इज समथिंग लाइक हम ट्रेडिशंस की बात करते हैं कि कुछ लोगों को फर्क ही नहीं पड़ता कि कुछ ट्रेडिशंस जो चले आ रहे हैं वो कितने रॉन्ग हैं सदियों से। अगर when we talk about so many things, and I'm sure that in your curriculum, in your extracurricular activities that you do in college, so many things you talk about dowry, you talk about sati, you talk about women not being able to work, you talk about not having a say in the family, giving birth only to a male child, the pressure that women live through. तो ये सब जो चीज़ें हैं ये आसान नहीं है इनके खिलाफ खड़ा होना, बट कुछ लोगों ने हिम्मत की है और फेमिनिज्म इसी एक पर्टिकुलर चीज़ के ऊपर थ्राइव करता है कि एक दिन हम इस दुनिया को एक बेहतर दुनिया बनाएंगे जो औरतों और आदमियों के लिए बराबर होगी। ये नहीं कहता कि औरतें ऊंची हो जाएंगी मर्दों से, तो कहीं से भी फेमिनिज्म ये नहीं कहता कि औरतें जो हैं दे विल बिकम अ स्ट्रॉन्गर जेंडर और द हायर जेंडर फॉर in the world, but it says we create an equal way, we create equality at all places. Like in the corporate world there is gender pay parity. कॉर्पोरेट का एक, एंड आई एम टेलिंग यू फ्रॉम पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस राइट, कि कॉर्पोरेट का एक कल्चर होता है कि आप अपनी सैलरी डिस्क्लोज नहीं कर सकते अपने कॉलीग से, आप बात नहीं कर सकते आपको कितनी सैलरी मिलती है, आपको कितनी सैलरी मिलती है प्राइवेट सेक्टर में। बट अब वो सब चेंज हो रहा है बिकॉज एक स्टडी आई थी जिसमें पता चला कि एंड दिस हैपेंस अक्रॉस सेक्टर्स, इवन इन हॉलीवुड, इवन इन बॉलीवुड, a women actor will always be paid less because उसकी इक्विटी लोगों को लगता है कि कम है, राइट? बिकॉज हीरो का जो कॉन्सेप्ट है वो मेल है, कि हीरो जो होता है वो मेल होता है, औरत हीरो नहीं हो सकती। बट आई थिंक दैट इज चेंजिंग नाउ, राइट? देयर सो मेनी वुमेन सेंट्रिक मूवीज कमिंग अप। अब कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर में हम जेंडर पे पैरिटी की बात करते हैं कि औरतों को हमेशा मर्दों से फॉर द सेम रोल, फॉर द सेम अमाउंट ऑफ एक्सपीरियंस, जेंडर जो है वो डिसाइड करता है कि उसको पे कितनी मिलेगी। बट ऑल ऑफ दैट इज चेंजिंग, देयर इज अ मूवमेंट दैट इज हैपनिंग अराउंड दैट कि हम एक दूसरे से बात करें कि आपकी सैलरी क्या है, एंड यू गो एंड आस्क फॉर व्हाट यू ट्रूली डिजर्व। So that is also something that feminism gives you the power for. Feministic attitude agar hoga aur baat hogi equality ki, to aap us disha mein fir kaam kar sakte ho. So I wanted to touch upon a few other things, like how women are maligned. And tell me, I would not believe अगर आप में से मुझे कोई भी एक ये कहे कि आपको ये सुनने को या देखने को नहीं मिला in your own families. Stop being such a girl. You don't hit like a girl. Girls don't do that. Girls don't sit like that. Girls don't behave like that. If a boy is crying, you say, don't cry like a girl. Stop being such a sissy. Stop being such a crybaby like a girl, right? So हम जब कहते हैं कि feminism is the new F word, so F word is a cuss word, it's an abuse in English, right? So what people have done right now is made feminism a thing of ridicule, made women a thing of ridicule. Like, if my son cries, I let him cry. It's absolutely fine to cry. It's absolutely fine. I never tell him that, you cry like a girl or you're weak like a girl. So uske dimag mein ye concept nahi hai, right? Ki लड़की हो या लड़का हो, and still date, like if you're raising, and obviously you all will if you decide to have children, and that's also like I think that feminism is trying to do कि भाई शादी का जो टैबू है या बच्चों का जो टैबू है, it is also trying to eradicate that. So if it is just normalize things by saying I don't want to get married, it's fine. I don't want to have kids, it's fine. Like as long as you're living a happy life, you're doing the right thing, I think all of that is good. So stop being a girl, stop being such a girl. We're working towards, feminists are working very hard to remove those taboos. Like the word girl is made to sound like an insult, to degrade women and make them feel that you're weak, आप कमजोर हैं। और जब आपको बचपन से कहा जाएगा कि आप कमजोर हैं, तब आप अपनी आवाज उठाएंगे ही नहीं, आपको डर लगेगा। ये हर दिन का जो डिस्क्रिमिनेशन है, जो ऑनर किलिंग्स हैं, जो रेप है, डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस है, द लिस्ट इज एंडलेस। लाइक पीपल, फिर भी लोग अपने जब भी होता है कि अगर कोई विक्टिम है, कोई लड़की है अपनी स्टोरी बता रही है, तो दीज कीबोर्ड वॉरियर्स कम इनटू प्लेस। जो ट्रोल्स होते हैं वो आपको कहते हैं दैट दे आर playing the victim card. Of course, kabhi kabhi ye bhi hota hai ki women pretend to be victims. There are cases. I'm not saying that women don't pretend and they don't make false allegations. Ye karte hain, but that takes away the credibility from real victims. And that is a discussion that we can have another time. But now the simple truth is that कि अगर हमें harassment या gender based violence को रोकना है, तो हमें काम करना होगा, हमें बोलना होगा, right? We need to be vocal, and I think feminism gives you the power to do that. because I think all of you girls who are on this call today, you're powerful in your own way, right? You have everybody has a special ability to come out as a powerful woman, and you will grow up to be powerful woman. Like, when I was growing up and I was in St. Xavier's College, I was very vocal. And maybe I was also one of those people who were donned with the words like Jhansi ki Rani, Jhagralu, and things like that, right? And I had only male friends. I had very few female friends, right? So I was seen as very, very, open and opinionated, which was such a big thing back in 2001, 2002. A woman who's opinionated and woman who's like, debating and going to extempore with men and always found in the canteen with chatting away with boys, all those things. And we were slowly breaking those taboos, that it was perfectly fine for my male friends to come down to my house and have a cup of tea with my parents, or we used to study together. So I think those changes, I always had it in me, and I'm sure many of you would have it in you, right? कि हमें वो टैबू छोड़ना है, हमें अपनी नॉर्मल लाइफ में, डेली लाइफ में, वी हैव टू बिकम लेस जजमेंटल अबाउट women who are living different lives, women who are making different choices, right? तो वो obviously जब हम discussion में जाएंगे तब हम करेंगे, but let me just quickly come back to a few myths that I wanted to debunk today in this class, right? And if you have a different opinion or you want to counter me on that, please keep your questions with you. We'll take that. So we spoke about the first myth. Feminism, the first myth says feminism is about fighting men, hating men, and eliminating men, right? Which is not true. Feminism is about challenging systemic inequalities and does not portray men as the enemy. ये सिस्टम के खिलाफ लड़ाई है, मर्दों के खिलाफ लड़ाई नहीं है. हम ये नहीं कहते, फेमिनिस्ट ये नहीं कहते, फिर चाहे वो मर्द हो, औरत हो, LGBTQ हो, ट्रांस हो, सिस हो, गे हो, फेमिनिस्ट कोई भी हो सकता है. और वो खिलाफ एक किसी जेंडर के खिलाफ लड़ाई नहीं है, वो एक सिस्टम के खिलाफ लड़ाई है जिसने औरतों को हिस्टोरिकली पोर्ट्रे किया है एज द वीकर जेंडर, उनसे अधिकार छीनने के लिए, right? Because men have been making most of the rules, so men are like, obviously they come in the line of fire, but they could be your greatest allies as well, right? Some of us would have main members in our family who are our biggest allies in the forms of husband, in the form of father or a brother or a cousin or anyone, so let's make it very clear, feminism is not anti-men, and that's exactly what we started our topic with. So then we come to the second myth that says feminist is a female equivalent of a chauvinist. Like, we say chauvinist, वो मर्द जो आपके लिए दरवाजा खोलते हैं, वो मर्द जो गाड़ी का दरवाजा खोल के खड़े होते हैं, वो मर्द जो आपके लिए चेयर खींचते हैं कि आप बैठें, वो मर्द जो आपको रास्ता देते हैं, those men who are chivalrous, वो एक डिफरेंट कैटेगरी है. एंड देन शॉविनिस्ट आते हैं जो वेरी हिपोक्रिटिकल, राइट? फीमेल फेमिनिस्ट वो नहीं है. इट्स नॉट लाइक अ मेल शॉविनिस्ट. रादर it does not support sexism against any gender. Feminism works toward equality, not female superiority. So like, feminist वो भी नहीं है कि, मर्द जो चीज़ कर रहे थे कि अब हम मर्दों के लिए दरवाज़ा खोलने लगे या उनके लिए चेयर खींचने लगे या फिर कैजुअल सेक्सिज्म करें उनके साथ. अब कैजुअल सेक्सिज्म बहुत चीज़ों में हो सकता है. जैसे मैंने आपको बोला, स्टॉप बीइंग अ गर्ल, स्टॉप बीइंग अ सिसी, ओहो आप बड़े सेंसिटिव हो, अरे आपको तो बात समझ नहीं आती, अरे आपको तो मजाक ही समझ नहीं आता, आप तो फट से बुरा मान जाते हो. ऑल ऑफ दिस इज कैजुअल सेक्सिज्म. आप जोक समझ के इसको उड़ा दो. What I started to do, I have faced casual sexism at the workplace, and I never used to realize that कि अरे मेरे को ऐसे बोल दिया. Female oriented jokes जो काफी sexist होते हैं, stop laughing at them. They are not jokes. I have stopped laughing at sexist jokes. जो भी किसी तरीके से एक औरत का मजाक उड़ाता है, चाहे बॉडी शेमिंग हो, फैट शेमिंग करते हैं लोग, they objectify women in different ways, or like sexual jokes that demean women in any way, I don't laugh at them. So stop laughing at these jokes, because what you're doing, आप enable कर रहे हो casual sexism in a way, because some people think, and even women do that, even women crack jokes on which have a sexist connotation to it. So we are not saying that अगर आप feminist हो तो आप मर्दों के खिलाफ sexist joke मार सकते हो. That's not right. So females are feminists are not male chauvinists. मर्दों का रिवर्स ऑर्डर नहीं है ये, right? Like we are saying कि अच्छा एंटी मैन वाली जो थ्योरी थी, so that is another myth. उसके बाद हम कहते हैं फेमिनिस्ट आर अपोज टू मैरिज एंड मदरहुड, कि अरे वो तो फेमिनिस्ट है, वो तो शादी नहीं करेगी, उसको तो बच्चे नहीं करने, शी डजंट हैव दैट maternal instinct inside her, कि ये तो फेमिनिस्ट है. But that's not true. That is again a myth. It is a stereotype that has been created against feminists. Feminists around the world, I'm telling you, they are fighting for motherhood rights. Like, they are fighting for the right for women to breastfeed at public places. Like, normalize breastfeeding, stop seeing breastfeeding as a sexual gesture or something. They are fighting for equal pay. They are fighting for, mothers to return to work and normalize it, right? So if you go to LinkedIn and see so many stories of these companies who are doing some great work of having creches at offices, who are, providing job opportunities to returning mothers, like, they are, feminists have actually done a lot of work to remove the taboo around motherhood. Ma banna is obviously, like, whosoever is a mother here on this call, not many, I'm sure, because most of you are students, but it is a different feeling. And I love being a mother, and I'm a doting mother, and I'm a career woman as well. But if somebody comes and tells me that, oh, this particular feminist or this particular girl doesn't want to become a mother or doesn't want to get married, I would be absolutely fine with it. Because feminism is about
Excuse
giving
me, ma'am.
women the choice to make their own decisions, right? So next time somebody different from you or your aspirations in life, आपसे कोई अलग आपके सामने लड़की आती है या औरत आती है, तो the first rule is stop being judgmental. She has a different story, she has a different path in life, तो वो decide कर सकती है कि उसको शादी नहीं करनी है या किसी एज तक नहीं करनी है या उसको माँ नहीं बनना है. So when we say कि feminists इसके लिए बहुत काम कर रहे हैं, they are fighting for the right of mothers, and many feminists are married and they are mothers. They also recognize that happy families are so important. एक अच्छी स्वस्थ खुशहाल फैमिली कितनी important होती है. और they also believe that families are strengthened when the well-being of all members, चाहे मेल हो या फीमेल हो, are supported. तो ये ऐसा नहीं है कि feminists are anti-motherhood or anti-marriage. And then again, the classic of all, only women can be feminists. We have spoken about that a lot. फिर है कि मैंने ये शुरू में कहा था, टू बी अ रियल फेमिनिस्ट अ वुमन कैन नॉट बी फेमिनिन और डेम्योर. ये भी एक बहुत बड़ी क्या कहें गलत धारणा है जो लोग. ओके, जोया सेज समथिंग. Okay, there is one evil trading in India called dowry system. That's absolutely correct, Zoya. And it's time for women to stand up and stop, saying no. The only thing is you have to say no. The road is not easy. And I can tell you,
it's like ma'am, parents lakhs and lakhs of देते हैं डाउरी सिस्टम के लिए पैसा, वो और पैसा लेते हैं, मतलब ये वुमेन को ऑब्जेक्टिफाई करना ही हुआ. वो पैसा लेते शादी करने को, वो सब कुछ छोड़ के जाती है उसके पास.
बिल्कुल.
लेकिन घर वाले बेटे के एजुकेशन में पैसा नहीं लगाते, वो डाउरी में पैसा लगाते हैं.
बिल्कुल जोया, एंड आई रियली अग्री विद दैट. और मुझे लगता है ये कहीं ना कहीं हमारे पर भी है कि हम इससे बदलें. वन इज दैट आप ना कहें कि आप किसी ऐसे इंसान से शादी नहीं करोगे जो इस तरह की कोई मांग करता है. बट द थिंग इज दैट व्हेन वी बिकम मदर्स एंड वी आर रेजिंग sons more than girls, we have to teach our sons what is the right thing. And ये हम पे भी है, बहुत बहुत तरीके से हम पे है कि हम कैसी दुनिया बनाते हैं. तो मैं कहती हूँ कि जो फेमिनिस्ट आपके पहले आए थे, अगर आप अपने आप को एक फेमिनिस्ट कहते हो और जो आपके पहले आए थे, तो आपका बहुत सारा काम वो ऑलरेडी करके गए हैं. एक रास्ता उन्होंने बना दिया. बट आप पे और हम पे, it is upon us to create a better world for all the women who come after us. Like, in form of daughters, in the form of daughters-in-law, in the form of friends and, relatives and other children that you meet and other girls that you meet in your life, which is very important. And like I said, that, प्रोग्राम के बाद जाओ और घर में बोल दो कि भाई अब ऐसे रिश्ते मत लाना कि जो दावरी मांग रहे हैं. ये नहीं होगा चेंज. इट्स नॉट दैट इजी. बट देयर आर सो मेनी वुमेन, देयर सो मेनी स्टोरीज दैट आई हैव हर्ड कि भाई शादी के दिन उसने दहेज की मांग की और लड़कियां उठ गई हैं मंडप से कि अब हम नहीं करेंगे, राइट. बट उसके लिए जरूरी है.
मैम पेरेंट्स लोग का भी ह्यूज मिस्टेक होता है इसमें, क्योंकि उनको भी सोचना चाहिए ऐसे लोगों को रिश्ता नहीं देना चाहिए जो दहेज का मांग करते हैं. वो कैसा मर्द है जो एक औरत के पैसों के बिस्तर में सोए और उसका फ्रिज यूज करे. फिर भी उसको हुक्म चलाना है।
तो वही मैं कह रही हूँ ना जोया, ये इतना नॉर्मलाइज हो गया ना हमारी सोसाइटी में कि जब दुल्हन आती है तो उसके साथ ट्रक भर के सामान आता है, राइट? क्योंकि उसको आप अपने घर पे लेके आए हो तो यू नो शी हैज टू गेट ऑल थिंग्स ऑफ कंफर्ट फॉर यू। ये नॉर्मलाइज हो चुका है हमारी सोसाइटी में, और अब कहीं ना कहीं बहुत सारी औरतें हैं और लड़कियां हैं जो इस टैबू को तोड़ रही हैं बाय क्रिएटिंग करियर्स फॉर देमसेल्व्स, for creating a sound financial income for themselves. How important it is for you, for me, for all of us to have a sound financial investment. कहीं ना कहीं आपको अपना एक saving होना चाहिए जिसके, and you know, I'm not saying that, you know, you leave your house or leave your parents. It is going to be a hard journey, right? But if you have to take a drastic step, you need to be sound in terms of, you know, what you do with your life. You cannot sleep on the railway station ना कि आप घर से निकल गए. Build a career. प्लीज फोकस ऑन हैविंग अ करियर, ऑन हैविंग अ करियर पाथ. उसके बाद ही जाके शादी होगी. शादी इज एन एंड पॉइंट ऑफ यू बीइंग सेटल्ड. लाइक यू नो, हमारे यहाँ एक धारणा हम कहते हैं कि सेटल होना मतलब क्या करना, शादी करना. लड़कियों के लिए, लड़कों के लिए सेटल होना नौकरी पे लगना, राइट? कि जब माँ बाप भी अपने बेटे और बेटे के बारे में बात करते हैं तो कहते हैं बेटा हमारा सेटल हो जाता तो अच्छा रहता, बेटी भी सेटल हो जाती. लेकिन सेटल शब्द एक है लेकिन मायने अलग अलग है दोनों के लिए, राइट? तो आपको वो बदलना है अपने घर में कि अगर आपके फादर कहें कि आपको सेटल होना है तो आपको भी अपने लिए अपना करियर बनाना है. उसके बाद आप कोई शादी का स्टेप लेंगे अगर आपको लेना है तो, राइट? तो ये चीज हमें बदलनी है. उसके बाद हमने शुरू में एक बात कही थी कि यू नो एक मिथ है, एक धारणा है जो गलत है कि टू बी अ रियल फेमिनिस्ट अ वुमन कैन नॉट बी फेमिनाइन और डेम्योर. मतलब कि जो सचती सवरती है, जो खूबसूरत लगने में विश्वास करती है, जो पार्लर जाती है, जो शॉपिंग जाती है, वो फेमिनिस्ट नहीं हो सकती. क्योंकि फेमिनिस्ट तो हम सोचते हैं कि वो है जो मर्दों के जैसे ड्रेसअप करती है, जो यू नो somebody who's loud, somebody who doesn't believe in makeup, somebody who's hairy, who doesn't go and wax her legs. You know, she is a feminist. तो फेमिनिस्ट का एक तस्वीर उभर जाती है जो बहुत गलत है. You know, women who are prim and proper and you know they like to dress up and they like to put some makeup on, they can also be feminists, because feminism is a thought process. It is not who you are, you know, in terms of appearance or a background or sexual orientation or gender for that matter. So you know, these are things that we are busting. So next time अगर आप आंखें बंद करें और सोचे कि फेमिनिस्ट कौन होगा या कौन हो सकता है, तो आपके दिमाग में कम से कम 15-20 पर्सोनाज आने चाहिए. कोई एक पर्सोना नहीं आना चाहिए कि फेमिनिस्ट जो है वो ऐसे कपड़े पहनती है या ऐसी दिखती है. आप देख के फेमिनिस्ट को कभी नहीं पहचान सकते. यू हैव टू एंगेज विद अ फेमिनिस्ट टू यू नो टू अंडरस्टैंड हु ही और शी इज रियली you know, from a perspective of being a person. उसके बाद एक और धारणा आती है that you know, I'm a very sexually liberal woman and I'm a feminist. कि भाई you know, I don't care about you know other people's choices, और मैं जो चाहती हूँ मैं वही करती हूँ क्योंकि मैं feminist हूँ. लेकिन ये भी एक गलत बात है. फेमिनिस्ट जो होते हैं they respect individuals, they make informed choices, और वो judgmental नहीं होते. एक पर्सन को, फेमिनिस्ट जो होगा वो किसी को जज नहीं करेगा, बिकॉज वो सारी जिंदगी उसी से खुद लड़ रहा है कि उनको जज किया जाता है, राइट? तो वो किसी को एक्सप्लॉइट नहीं करते, नॉट फॉर सेक्सुअल प्लेजर्स, नॉट फॉर बॉडीली नीड्स एज वेल. बट यू नो, फेमिनिज्म का एक बहुत कोर रूल है ऑफ नॉट बीइंग जजमेंटल. बिकॉज अगर फेमिनिस्ट को सारी जिंदगी जज किया जाता है, द एंटायर सोसाइटी इज आफ्टर देयर लाइफ कि भाई फेमिनिज्म को इस बकेट में डालें या उस बकेट में डालें, या फेमिनिस्ट कैसी होनी चाहिए या कैसा बिहेव करना चाहिए. तो अगर आपसे कोई कहता है कि फेमिनिस्ट आर जजमेंटल, तो वो भी एक बहुत बड़ा मिथ है. वो भी एक सोसाइटी का क्रिएट किया हुआ इमेज है कि वो जज करते हैं. एक दूसरा मिथ जो मैं आपको बता रही हूँ वो है कि the fact that there are some women who have a higher social and economic status than some men means inequality has been eliminated. तो अगर ऐसा कहीं कहीं है कि भाई कुछ औरतें हैं जो CXO रोल्स में हैं, जो CEO है, या you know they are principals of colleges, like you know they are professors of renowned colleges like yours, तो लोग सोचते हैं कि जो inequality है, जो discrimination है सोसाइटी में, वो खत्म हो गया है. Like you know, somebody can come and say Dr. Kiran Tiwari, you know, she's such a successful woman. कहाँ है? कुछ है ही नहीं. औरतें तो बहुत खुश हैं भाई दुनिया में. They are you know going and teaching students and they become professors and they become lecturers and they are earning good money. They have respect. You know, they have people who look upon to this. But people like Dr. Kiran Tiwari or Neha or me, we are a part of the system. It's a very minuscule number. You have to understand that. ऐसा नहीं है कि inequality खत्म हो गई और आप feminist को चुप बैठ जाना चाहिए, right? If I have to give you some data, 5%, there are female heads at Fortune 500 companies, people like Indira Nui, people like Leena Nair, who was recently appointed the CEO for Chanel, Indira Nui, who was leading Pepsi for the longest time. There is Sheryl Sandberg, who was the CFO for Facebook for the longest time. There are women like that, Dr. Kiran Tiwari, Neha, a lot of other professors in your college. There are women who are leading their departments, who are leading companies, but that is just 5%. Now think of the larger picture. You go into a boardroom, how many women employees would you see? I don't have a single female leader in my organization at the CXO level. That is what feminism needs to change. Feminism is wanting to change, right? So अगर हम कहें कि कुछ औरतों को हक मिल जाने से ये इक्वल वर्ल्ड बन गया है, तो ये भी एक बहुत ही गलत धारणा है. ये नहीं है इक्वल वर्ल्ड. इक्वल वर्ल्ड जब होगा, जब हमें 50-50 मिलेगा. एंड इमेजिन गोइंग फ्रॉम 5 to 50 इज स्टिल अ लॉन्ग वे. एंड वी आर कमिंग फ्रॉम एन एरा जहां पे औरतों को कोई राइट नहीं था, एंड देयर आर स्टिल women who do not have a say in their own homes, outside of the kitchen, and sometimes kitchen में भी नहीं. They don't even decide what they're going to cook. They're deciding in basis what the man or the men of the family want to eat, right? So every morning they will get up and they'll say, आज क्या बनाऊं, right? तो आप सोच सकते हो कि जब हम अधिकार की बात करते हैं, तो अपने घर में कितने अधिकार हैं? And pick up these signs, go back to your houses and see, pick up these signs कि ये होता है या नहीं होता है. How women are taken for granted, how women are given the second class citizen का दर्जा. Like, I was talking to Mr. Bachchan on the show and I said that, अगर मर्द कभी एक कप चाय बना लेता है, तो उसे हम सर पे बिठा देते हैं. I had a friend in my, an ex-colleague जो एक दिन ऑफिस आई और उसने कहा कि आज, she was very happy and she got lunch and everything. She said, मेरे husband ने आज पालक पनीर बनाई है. And I was like, हाँ तो she's like, अरे he never enters the kitchen, उन्होंने आज पालक पनीर बनाया. I was like, so what's the big deal about this? बनाया तो it's fine. You've been doing that every day, right? What does he want? A Nobel Prize for that? I mean, like, stop emancipating men like that. I mean, if you have a good partner, thank God for that. But normalize men doing household work. It's just fine. अगर किसी को पानी चाहिए, प्लीज टेल योर, आई मीन लाइक, ठीक है, हमारी कल्चर ऐसी है, हमारी संस्कृति ऐसी है कि हम लिहाज में, इज्जत में बड़ों को ऑब्वियसली करते हैं. मैं ये नहीं कहती आप वो छोड़ दो. But look at your brothers. They're so entitled. They walk around the house with a sense of entitlement. They come and say, Pani de do. And mostly, and I was hearing Navya Naveli Nanda, which is Shweta Bachchan's daughter, saying that, हमारे घर में कोई मेहमान आता था तो my mother used to say, जाओ पानी लेके आओ and all that. But मेरा भाई बैठा होता था. How many mothers actually tell their sons that go and get some water? Very few. Rare. I would say rare. Like, so that is what we have to change. कि अगर मर्द चाय बना ले तो हमें उससे भगवान नहीं बनाना है. Normalize that. When you become mothers, if you choose to, tell your sons that it's perfectly normal for you to do the dishes, for you to cook food, for you to make tea, for you to do the laundry. Like, I have seen families where they'll say, his wife is not staying with him. वो मायके गई हुई है, उसको बहुत दिक्कत हो गई है खाने की. What did you marry for? To get a free cook who also comes with fridge and so many other amenities, right? So I am like, perturbed. मैं बहुत perplexed हो जाती हूँ ये सोच के कि आज के डेट में भी जब हम इतने आगे बढ़ने का दावा करते हैं, फिर भी ये चीजें होती हैं. आप कहते हैं कि आप प्रोफेसर्स हैं, आप डॉक्टर्स हैं, आप इंजीनियर्स हैं, मगर फिर भी घर जाके अगर चाय आपको ही बनानी है और आपसे ये उम्मीद की जाती है, तो अब आप सोचो कि हम कितने आगे बढ़े हैं. And what a humongous amount of change we need to bring in. Like, I am not liked by many people for saying these things, right? But it's not about who likes me or who doesn't. It's about what I'm saying. क्या impact है मेरी बात का, मैं क्या कहना चाहती हूँ, उससे कुछ बदलेगा या नहीं बदलेगा, right? तो वो एक चीज है जो हमें बदलनी है. Stop idolizing the men around you. Normalize them as human beings. Because कभी कभी औरतों में भी होता है, unconsciously आपकी मदर और आई मीन लाइक नॉट रियली आपकी मदर, बट माएँ जो हैं वो बायस्ड होती हैं and in the family, and we don't realize we are raised like that. So we go, we get married, we become mothers, we also do the same thing. What is it doing? It's just enabling a chain reaction, one generation after the other, then other generation, then the other generation. We are just idealizing the men, we are just giving them a sense of entitlement. They grow up with that sense of entitlement, they do the same things with their partners, and we are enabling that in a way. If I put my foot down today and tell my son to, do the dishes, do the laundry, there is no free world. You have to earn whatever you're doing, right? घर में अगर 3 लोग हैं तो तीनों लोगों का काम डिफरेंट है और जेंडर एग्नोस्टिक है कि बर्तन धोना सिर्फ औरत का काम नहीं है, कपड़े धोना सिर्फ औरत का काम नहीं है, राइट? इफ आई डू दैट टुडे, ही विल ग्रो अप टू बी अ बेटर पर्सन टुमारो, एंड ही वुड ग्रो अप थिंकिंग दैट, if he only sees his mother in the kitchen, he only sees his mother doing the dishes, washing the utensils, he will think it's pretty normal, and that's not his fault. That is my fault because I'm giving him that picture. So, as women of today, stop enabling this, stop enabling sexism in your own homes, right? Knowingly or unknowingly, mostly unknowingly, because some part of tradition, some part of society, some part of culture, all that stuff, right? कि अगर बाजार से कुछ लाना है तो बेटा लाएगा और अगर चाय बनानी है तो बेटी बनाएगी. And I exactly knew a family. I once went and they had, उनको कुछ लाना था, उन्होंने अपनी बेटी को पैसे दिए कि आप लेके आ जाओ बेटा दुकान से. मैंने पूछा आपका बेटा कहाँ है, तो उन्होंने कहा वो चाय बना रहा है. That is the kind of house I want to go to. Like, where everything is normal. But ये वही बात है कि मैराथन दौड़ने के लिए जिसको लिंच किया गया, उससे बहुत डिफरेंट नहीं है अगर आप सोचें तो, राइट? ये चेंज हो रहा है धीरे धीरे, बट ये हमसे होगा, हमारे घर से होगा. मैंने कहा था शो पे भी कि ऐसा नहीं है कि हम निकले और दुनिया बदल जाएगी. दुनिया तभी बदलेगी जब हम सब साथ आएंगे. तो इन अ वे इट ऑल्सो सेज कि भाई फेमिनिज्म इज ऑल्सो अबाउट इंक्लूजन, ऑफ इंक्लूडिंग मेन इन द जर्नी. You don't have to fight them to change them. You can also love them to change them, right? And I think that is the most powerful thing that feminism gives you. It gives you the power to change, the power to transform things for the better, not just for yourself. It's not about yourself. If you're a staunch feminist, you'll know that I'm not doing this for myself because I already have the courage to do that. Who am I doing it for? I'm doing it for the women who are coming after me. Like, the girl who will get married to my son or be his partner. Right? So I will not be that woman who's going to enable, the oppression of other women. I'm not going to be that woman. You have to say, mujhse koi puchta hai, of your introduction, I'll say I'm a woman first, a mother later, a Muslim woman even later, like, a married woman even later. So my identity is of being a woman, and what I do as a woman, as a feminist, to support other women. And it's very common. एक औरत को दूसरी औरत को नीचे खींचना बहुत कॉमन है. आप अपने सर्कल्स में देखते होगे, अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल में देखते होगे, अपने ग्रुप में देखते होगे. The day we start becoming the biggest allies of each other, it's going to be a very different world. That is the day men and other genders and other people will stop taking us for granted. If you don't laugh on the other girl who walks into college wearing a different kind of dress, putting on lipstick or different makeup, the day you stop demeaning those women, the day you start seeing those women as your allies, or you become an ally for them, become a friend to them, become a support to them, it's going to change very differently. Where do you think the sexist jokes come from? Because most of us are laughing on it. Like, I mean, I don't want to name people, but there are comedy shows who objectify women. And what are we doing? We're becoming fans of those people. We are following them on social media. We are liking, we're putting little hearts on their Instagram, posts. And what do you think we are doing? We're enabling sexism. We are enabling objectification of women because we laugh on it. In our drawing rooms, we sit with our parents and watch those comedy shows at 9 o'clock every weekend and laugh कि एक लड़की कितनी मोटी है और उसकी आवाज ऐसी है या वो किसी जानवर की तरह दिखती है. एवरीथिंग इज वेरी नॉर्मल. ये मुझे लगता है 80s या अर्ली 90s में शायद मैं भी हंसती होंगी. बट व्हेन वी से चेंज, इट ऑल्सो बिगिंस विद यू. थिंक अबाउट इट कि आप किस तरह से लोगों को देखते हो, किस तरह से किसी और एक लड़की को डिमीन कर रहे हो, नोइंगली और अननोइंगली. Like, somebody's short, make fun of that woman. Somebody's fat, make fun. Somebody's like, dusky, make fun, laugh. So, the next time you're laughing on a joke, think about it. Think about it 1,000 times. Because, the moment we laugh on a fat woman, it is enabling so many other people thinking that, being fat is a crime. Being fat is not right. And every person has a different story. And, जब मैं बात करती हूँ तो मैं बहुत पैशन में आ जाती हूँ. मुझे लगता है कि, and that is why my personality is like that. I mean, because I really believe in it. That I will not say yes to casual sexism or sexism in any form, even if it comes from my own family members. I will put my foot down and say, no, this is not right. This is not what I will become an enabler for. So that is my choice. And the moment more and more women start doing that, it's going to change at the grassroots level. You have to become the strongest supporters of fellow women. Like, the years old adage that goes, ki aurat hi aurat ki dushman hoti hai. If we are able to change that, if we are able to say aurat hi aurat ki sabse achhi dost ho sakti hai, I think the world is going to be such a better place. And, and then everybody will become a feminist, not just you and me or any other people. Well, with that, there is something else that I want to talk about. There is more myths that say that, there is no need for feminism. Women have vote, they have jobs, the goal has been met. भाई अब तो औरतें वोट भी कर सकती है, आप जीन्स भी पहन सकते हो, आप शॉर्ट्स भी पहन सकते हो, आपके पास नौकरी भी है, आपको तो हमने नहीं रोका कुछ करने से. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि कोई मुझे क्यों रोकेगा? Who has that authority over me of how I dress, of where I work, who I meet, who I see? The problem is that लोगों को लगता है कि अब औरतों के पास तो इतने अधिकार है कि आप वोट भी दे सकते हो, आप गाड़ियां भी चला. It's like, in Saudi Arabia, कि भाई जब उनको औरतों को ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस मिला और जब वो गाड़ियां चलाने लगी तो सऊदी अरेबिया ने इतना ज्यादा मीडिया रिलेशंस किया कि भाई दुनिया बदल गई है. Saudi has become like New York now. Right? वैसे New York maybe there is gender gap and pay parity and all those issues, even in Hollywood. So let's not take New York as the epitome of being the most modern and the most feministic of cultures. That's also not true. But then, saying that हमने आपको गाड़ी चलाने दी, अब you can drive on the streets of Saudi Arabia, it's not liberation. You have been snatching away their rights for years and decades and centuries. They have just snatched it back. They have reclaimed it. Right? So when somebody comes and says that कि दुनिया तो बदल गई है, औरतें तो जॉब में हैं, औरतें तो डॉक्टर्स हैं, औरतें तो हम तो नहीं रोकते अपनी बेटी को स्कूल जाती है, कॉलेज जाती है. Think about it. It is the basic that they should have been given. And आपको कैसे पोर्ट्रे किया जा रहा है कि हम आप पे एहसान कर रहे हैं. So don't take it as an ehsan. Don't take it as a favor. Claim it as your right. Say that, this is the basic. Like, ours is a free country, right? Nobody can say that आप ये नहीं कह सकते, आप वो नहीं कह सकते. And say कि हमने आपको right to vote दिया तो हम आपको, we are, making you a part of the democracy. But that is my right. Can somebody tell you कि हम आपको सांस लेने दे रहे हैं? आप तो सांस भी ले रहे हो. It's a free world now. Can somebody say that? No. I will not let anybody say that. I will say it's my basic right. Like, like Zoya said, you have to tell your parents, it's my basic right to decide who I will marry and when I will marry. You're not doing a favor. And please call out the bluff in your families. Don't, our cultures are such, घर की बात घर में रहनी चाहिए, right? The biggest sham of Indian families. And I'm not taking away the fact that we have a rich culture, we are close to each other, we love each other, we respect our elders. All of that is fine. But there are issues that we need to take care of. There are things that are glaring, they're like, staring at us in our family, which are wrong. Please tackle them. Please say that is not correct. Because, if you're not able to get your house in order, you'll not be able to get anything outside of your families, outside of your houses. So, again, I think I just debunked that myth that, these achievements that we spoke about of women having the right to vote, women having, a driving license in Saudi Arabia, or that woman who ran a marathon, these are great achievements in many ways and great milestones in the history of feminism. Of course, because they have enabled us in many ways to say that, okay, it's my basic right. I will snatch it. I will claim it. I will ask for it. But हमारा aim क्या है? Nothing less than, and I'm repeating it, nothing less than equal treatment and opportunity for both genders. When I walk into a room, nobody will see me as a woman. They'll see me as an equal person. When I walk into a boardroom, people won't say women leader. A leader is a leader, right? A hero is a hero. Do we say, अभी ये चीजें चेंज हो रही हैं कि जैसे इंडियन फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में पहले होता था कि हीरो है तो वो मर्द होगा. The concept was that, right? But now if I say hero, a hero could be anyone. I mean, I can close my eye and can say Anne Frank is my hero, right? Or I could say, Tehmina Durrani. She's a very good Pakistani writer. And there's a book that I can recommend. It's named "Of My Feudal Lord" by Tehmina Durrani, and it's like it's a great account of feminism and how she reclaimed her rights after failing, after flaws as well. If I close my eyes and I say, think about the word hero, I think about Malala Yousafzai, right? And then she's my hero. I don't say हमेशा एक मर्द का चेहरा ही उभरे कोई जरूरी नहीं है. So this is something that we are debunking. We are busting those myths. कि भाई, it's not that one gender is claiming. Like in my office when I do communications, I never say women leader. I just say leader. Why do I have to say women leader? A leader is a leader. It's not a territory of a man कि senior leadership में मर्द ही होगा. When I say senior leadership, it is inclusive. It is gender agnostic, right? So these are small little things that we are trying to accomplish and we will accomplish. And मैं नहीं कह रही कि हम जो गलतियां करते हैं हम जानबूझ के करते हैं. There is a subconscious bias that we have. And and obviously teachers and professors and students of psychology can explain it better, but in our day-to-day life, in a layman's language, we can understand that biases से हम operate करते हैं. हमारी society जो है एक particular तरीके से चलती है, and it's not a crusade that we are trying to bring in. It's just incremental change day after day after day after day that feminism strives to have, right? So this is what I had to say, and I just want to leave all of you with, I'm not sure how much. Oh my god, I'm so sorry, Neha. I think we've just taken a lot of time. But I just say that when you go back after this session, आई एम श्योर कि फेमिनिज्म के बारे में जो वो भ्रांति है वो थोड़ी बहुत हट गई होगी और आप एक डिफरेंट लेवल से सोचेंगे. तो मुझे लगता है हमें पढ़ना चाहिए. एंड ऑब्वियसली यू आर स्टूडेंट्स, प्लीज कीप रीडिंग मोर, प्लीज कीप स्प्रेडिंग मोर अवेयरनेस. एंड आई वांट टू सी ऑल ऑफ you as obviously educated women who are not just getting educated to get a good match for yourself, right? But you're educating yourself to become a better person, to have a career, to have a solid background, and then obviously you can choose to be married, you can choose to have children, you can choose otherwise as well. But the bottom line is having the power to choose. You have to choose for yourself. Choice is the key word here. Equality is the key word here. Less judgment. These are things, becoming women allies, strong, support women for women. That should be our motto. That should be our empowerment. Network more. We fail drastically in networking. Have you seen men network? They become the best buddies. Have you seen men gossip? They do, but very little. How do we use our time? We have to network much better with other women. And I'd be very happy to talk to some of you if you want to. I can probably drop in my Insta account here. And if you guys are Instagram, send me a message, and I would love to hear your stories and talk to you and see how can I guide you or mentor you in any way. But give yourself the opportunity to make a choice, to stand up against what is wrong. And I just want to kind of leave all of you with this thought that all of you are wonderful women on the right path to make great stories, have a great journey, but stay strong. And be very vocal, be very opinionated, and don't shy away from having an opinion, because for years and years we have been trained to be silent, to adjust. Never adjust. Make your own way. And with that, I would just leave with the thoughts on feminism, and I would love to hear what you have to say if we have time. Thank you.
Ma'am, I just want to say one thing, ma'am, before leaving.
Yeah,
Ma'am,
sure.
why we ask our rights to men, who they are? Why we ask our rights to men? The Almighty God has given our rights from the start of this universe. Ma'am, why?
Yeah,
Ma'am, it gives pain. The God, ma'am, already given.
because yes, and don't ask. Change yourself, Zoya. Nobody's asking you to do that. But the only irony is that we have to follow rules, and all these rules have been written by men. So just write your own rules and follow them. It's fine. If people will fall in line. Don't ask. I'm not saying start a fight or something. But even fighting is not that bad. If you are fighting for the right cause, you must, and you should.
Thank you, Nazia ma'am. Your thoughts are truly inspiring and liberating for all women present here. You have rightly debunked some major myths around this topic. I'm sure there must be great curiosity about a lot of things among the audience. So, without much ado, we'll jump to the Q&A sessions. I would request the audience to pose the questions if they have any.
Thank you, Sneha. How do men benefit from feminism? Okay, I think all of us benefit from feminism. An equal world is a great place to be. Everybody is happy, everybody is having equal rights. Men, obviously benefit by having strong partners. And it's not about the benefit of men, to be very honest. It's about how women are getting a right place, or what are their rights, right? So obviously it makes the world a better place to be, in a fair system where everybody is treated as equal. And I think that's just one of the fringe benefits that men also get. But we'll talk about men rights some other day. I mean, some hundreds of years later, when there's a level playing field, not right now.
May I ask one thing, please?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Urvashi? Yeah. Actually, it's not a question, but I just want to say a few words to our students, as much as I also inspired with your thoughts and the good human values, because this is not going to divide us in men or women. I am just clearing it for our students, because what you deserve, you are going to get. But sometimes you have to wait and watch. Never fight for this key. Men has right to rule us, or next to God. No, no, no. These all are not the question, because we the social people, we are human, and we need society. And without men and women, how can you go for your nature? It's not
Absolutely.
possible. So
Absolutely.
you are mostly female, girl child, and so please be not to be liberal. Always fight for your right, but right doesn't come alone. You have duties first. First you have duties, then you can fight with your right. So think in a level. Equality is needed here, education is needed here, but we are not going to divide anyone in a men or women. So madam has also said we will discuss. Will be no fight if we are educated and we know the value of diksha. Everybody knows shiksha and diksha. So we all have shiksha, the degrees, but we don't have understood diksha. Diksha means what makes you to inspire and what you have taken inside your brain. That's it. You all have said very well. And I also, because I'm a teacher of philosophy, I always fight for not feminism. I always fight for my rights, because we do our duty. So why not? Who is there to stand to take your rights away from you? No one will be there, beta. You can make your own way, and what you think you can be, first you deserve. So well said. It was a very beneficial for our students. That's it. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I
great
think
supporter of feminism. Yeah, I am teaching here feminism in philosophy.
All of you are great role models, and if students connect to
you. I'm teaching feminism in my MA education, because in syllabus I have added this, because there is a great philosophers. Many of the philosophers are here, but there is no female philosopher, women philosophers. So this was inside my thought. Always I think do something, do some big students. Thank you so much, Urvashi, Kiran, and all of you. Neha too. Love you, sir. Okay.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And I think, that's what we started with. Feminism is not anti-men. Like,
Yeah.
if men don't come along, and,
Yeah.
there's so many men who have been feminists. Like, you have just to look around and figure out those people. So it's not a crusade against men. It is a crusade
Yeah.
about what women deserve, like ma'am
Yeah.
rightly pointed out, in a very inclusive way. Like, it doesn't, and, if you start doing, dividing the world into men and women, you're actually doing the same thing, like,
Yeah.
what other people are doing. That doesn't separate you. So
We
there's a
can walk.
question from
We can walk equal, and what you say, मतलब एक साथ,
G.
uh, because we
Right.
need each other, no? Yeah.
Absolutely, we need
Thank
each
you.
other.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Shashi says, don't we just think of a person as a human rather than identifying as men and women? And absolutely, like, Komal raises the same point as well. That's what we are talking about. When I walk into a room, nobody should see me just as a woman. I should, they should see me as to who I am in terms of my education, my career, my, thought process. So, that's what we aspire for. Ideally, it should be like that, but sadly it is not like that. You're always bucketized into men and women, knowingly or unknowingly. Is feminism the same as gender equality? Yes, it is. Feminism the same as gender equality, and it is not men bashing, like, and that is what we spoke about today, right? And I'm sure that many of us are now clear that it's not men bashing.
I think it's the time we need to end this session. It was really great. With this, we can come to the end. Thank you so much, Nazia ma'am, for being with us. Now, I would like to call Dr. Kumari Urvashi ma'am to give away the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Sneha.
थैंक यू। नारीवाद क्या है और क्या नहीं है, यह समझाने के लिए और कुछ मिथक जो हमारे सबके मन में है उनको दूर करने के लिए आज जो नाजिया नसीम जी का भाषण हमने सुना वह वास्तव में अद्भुत रहा, विशिष्ट था बच्चों के लिए और हम सभी के लिए। नारीवाद मुख्यतः जैसा आपने बतलाया हम सबके मन में एक धारणा बनी रहती है कि हम एक आंदोलन के तहत हैं और उसमें क्या है कि औरतें अपने आप को कुछ अलग तरह की माने, वो विशिष्ट माने, कुछ ऐसा कि एलियन की तरह हो जाए, उनको ऐसा समझा जाए कि वो धरती की नहीं कहीं और की हैं, वो विशिष्ट अपने आप को समझने लगे। हालांकि यह विचारधारा जो है, यह जो आंदोलन है वह महिलाओं के लिए समानता को लेकर चला, उनके सम्मान के लिए लेकर चला, उनके अधिकारों के लिए उनको जागरूक करने के लिए बना, राजनीतिक अधिकार मिले, इसके लिए हम सब नारीवादी होना चाहते हैं और नारीवादी होना चाहिए। आपने ये जो समझाया बहुत बेहतरीन तरीका था नारीवाद को समझाने का, और जो इससे जुड़े राजनीतिक पहलू हैं, विचारधाराएं हैं और जो सामाजिक आंदोलन कई तरह के इसके तहत चले हैं उन सब के बारे में आपने बतलाया। लेकिन मुख्यतः यही है कि नारीवाद हमें आर्थिक रूप से स्वतंत्र करना चाहता है, व्यक्तिगत रूप से स्वतंत्र करना चाहता है, हमारी सामाजिक पहचान बनाना चाहता है, और सबसे बड़ी बात है कि लैंगिक समानता जो है उसको परिभाषित करना चाहता है, स्थापित करना चाहता है, और स्त्रियों को यह सब कुछ प्राप्त हो जो उनका अधिकार है, उसके लिए यह लड़ता है। नारीवाद मुख्यतः यही है कि पुरुषों के खिलाफ नहीं है और पुरुषों के समान शैक्षिक हमें भी जो अनुभव है वह प्राप्त हो, पेशा हम भी वही कर जो पुरुष पेशा अपनाते हैं, जो के लिए वह अपनाते हैं, वह अवसर हमें भी मिले। बस नारीवाद इसी की मुखालफत करता है और वह चाहता है कि सबको बराबर अधिकार मिले, सिर्फ लिंग के आधार पर स्त्रियों के साथ भेदभाव ना हो। तो ये सारी चीजें हमने आज यहाँ पर सुनी, बच्चों ने भी सुना और सबके लिए बहुत ही बेहतरीन यह सत्र रहा। मैं बार बार आपका धन्यवाद करती हूँ नाजिया जी, हार्दिक
बहुत शुक्रिया। थैंक यू डॉक्टर उर्वशी. Thank you so much for the incredible opportunity, and I would love to stay connected, and I wish कि हम physical session में मिल सकते, but I think अब COVID हमारे पीछे है and we can soon meet in a physical session. But thank you so much. और this is something that is very close to my heart, और मैं जब बोलती हूँ तो मैं बहुत passion से बोलती हूँ because that is really what I believe in, and any opportunity of this sort is such an honor. So thank you so much for having me today here. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच, इट वॉज एन एक्सट्रीम ऑनर, एक्सट्रीम प्लेजर। मुझे लगता है कि आपके जो थॉट्स हैं, आपके जो भी आइडियाज आपने शेयर किए, हम सबके साथ रहेंगे बहुत लंबे समय तक, इनफैक्ट जिंदगी भर, बिकॉज हमें ये सारी चीजें पता होती हैं, बट इस तरह से बीच बीच में ऐसे सेशंस ये फीलिंग्स रीइंस्टिल कर जाते हैं। और मुझे लगता है बच्चों ने बहुत एंजॉय किया इस सेशन को, जो फीडबैक भी मेरे पास कंटिन्यूसली आ रहा है, दैट इज वेरी गुड। थैंक यू सो मच नाजिया मैम फॉर स्पेयरिंग टाइम विद अस। आई होप वील हैव यू सून अगेन on some topic related to maybe gender equality or any other gender sensitization topic. Thank you so much.
Absolutely, and always a pleasure to be in the company of such great women, such aspiring women. It gives me different kind of power and different higher. Thank you, Dr. Kiran. Thank you, Dr.
मैम
Urvashi.
हम लोग उम्मीद करें कि अब ये जो कोविड है ये धीरे धीरे अब
बिल्कुल
कम हो रहा है,
जाएगा
खत्म हो रहा है।
जाएगा
और हम उम्मीद करें कि इस बार जब हम लोग मिलेंगे तो फिजिकली हम आमने सामने मतलब एक दूसरे को मतलब रूबरू हो पाएंगे एक दूसरे से, और
बिल्कुल।
हमारे बच्चे भी आपसे मिल पाएंगे, निश्चित रूप से बहुत खुश होंगे।
Thank you, ma'am. Wishing everybody a very, very happy International Women's Day. But you know, for me, every day is a Women's Day, and it will continue to be so.
but
Thank you.
it's every day is a new challenges also for women, and not only for women,
Absolutely,
men
ma'am.
also. I'm going to define parallel men and women. We can
Yeah,
work
yeah,
parallel.
absolutely.
We can define parallel.
Absolutely.
Every day is a new challenges. Women almost being a
Absolutely, but you know, ma'am, the best thing is that we have so many opinionated girls, and the generation that has come after us is so strong. They're so opinionated. They're so exposed to different things.
Yes.
So you know, we can always hope for a better world, better than what we have been able to build for them. So that's something that is a great hope. So keep doing well, everybody. Keep excelling in your studies. Keep doing different things and doing it differently, and keep making your teachers proud. Thank you so much. I'll see you soon again.
And keep helping your colleagues also, the students. Help each other.
Absolutely. All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you,
Thank you.
Urvashi.
Thank you,
Neha,
Kiran ma'am. Thank you,
all
Rushi
of
ma'am.
you.
Thank you,
Neha.